Welcome. You're now tuned in to Two Queens and a Fat Guy podcast.
Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Two Queens and a Fat Guy podcast. This episode right here is entitled "That's So Gay," and I totally fucked that intro up because I meant to do. So look, this is what we gonna do right now. You ain't seen shit.
You don't even see us.
Boom. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Queens and a Fat Guy. I am Fat Father. These are my wonderful co-hosts, Miss Corona and Jackie B.
Hey.
And this week, this episode is entitled That's So Gay. Now, we gonna let Corona hip y'all to what we talking about.
See how they signal me out because I'm the only gay one. You know what I'm saying? So I guess I got to talk about the gay shit. You feel me? Well, you know, it is.
We don't want to get it wrong.
I mean, shit, I'm getting it wrong and I'm gay.
But still, it's like, it would be like a show with all white people and one black dude, but then they talking about African American history.
Exactly.
Hey, it happens all the time, but I'm gonna tell y'all, I honestly have been getting it wrong still and been gay. And it's so baffling to me because it's like every time I get more comfortable in my skin being a lesbian, it's another thing that comes that I gotta learn. So now with all of this gender non-conforming and you know,
right.
You got the they ask you what your what's the name is and shit. See, I'm fucking up already because it's just so many things. So when they ask you,
wait a minute,
what's your pronoun? Your pronoun.
Oh,
what is your pronoun?
And remind me to say something about that because something just happened today.
Yeah,
it's concerning that.
So people listen, and I get mispronounced and misgendered because people have conversations with me and they say they address me as they. And so a person recently was having a conversation with me and addressed me.
What you mean they?
That's the thing. I'm gonna break all this shit down to you as much as I know. So they address like, yeah, you know, I ran into somebody and they were asking me about you, and I said, oh yeah, they are doing great. They just bought a house, and I said she. And my homie was looking kind of befuddled, like, wait a minute. And I was like, yeah, I'm she, her.
I'm she, yeah.
And so, you know, they're like, oh, I apologize. I just thought that you know, changed your pronoun. And I was like, no. You know what I'm saying? But you know, like, I never said anything about first of all, my pants be so goddamn tight. It screams she, her all day. So that's one thing.
And you got a little wagon back there, honey.
It's a little wagon dragon. That's okay. You know, a little wagon. Stop fagging because my wagon dragon.
Hey, first of all, what? I'm just here for the comments.
So you know, I had to school them, but here's the thing: I've been schooled so much recently about so many things, so many aspects of, you know, the LGBTQ.
And there's some more added on to that,
right? And I'm so lost.
And so, you know. And I don't want to offend anybody because I am a full-blown, proud Black lesbian woman. But I consider myself retro gay. So I told my dad that, and he cracked up laughing. He was like, what? I said, I'm retro gay. He said, retro gay? Well, what is that?
Little analog gay.
Yeah, I made it up. I'm just old school lesbian.
Yeah. You 8-track gay?
I'm 8-track gay. Get it? 8-track.
Diamond in the back, sunroof top.
But that's what I consider myself.
You sewing sisters gay.
listen, I don't what?
Lord.
So you know,
Sliding the family stone gate.
listen. So my dad was like, my dad was like, if anybody else said that, then people would be offended. And I said, but
Yeah.
I'm not anybody else. So I could say it. So I had another conversation a couple weeks back with Nico Red. We all know Nico Red.
Mm-hmm.
Word.
Nico Red doesn't don't mean no harm. You know what I'm saying? But I guess was ran into somebody who the conversation came up. So she calls me and she asks me,
Right.
what the hell is this? People, them, and they should say something. Having a conversation with somebody about a particular person we know. It's like they kept saying they. So she like, well, I asked, well, who the fuck is they? I'm
Exactly.
asking about this one specific individual, and I'm like, oh, that's what they go by. Is they or them? They don't go. It's non-gender conforming
Mm.
or
I still,
non-binary.
I got questions about that too because I don't understand the concept of you will you will not you listen.
Understand.
I
Would
don't
you
get it
stop whispering?
because I don't want to offend.
Offend anybody. I don't want to offend anybody, but I don't understand either. I don't really fully understand either. I just don't. I don't. I don't know. And so it be people who hit me up recently, like last year, the year before last, this year. And I guess I'm like the gay oracle to them or something because they called me to get information, and I'll just be like, I don't know. Like I'm still learning this because one time I had we were out. I was out with a group of friends, and to my knowledge, just by looking at the person, I thought the person was trans. So I was calling
Okay.
myself being respectful and saying she, but this person didn't identify as she. They just dress, well, now it's they. So I'm not, now I kind of get it. But at the time, it was like, well, damn, he dressed like a woman. So I was trying to be respectful. And I'm like, everybody kind of was like, oh, he doesn't go. And I was like,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like, yo, I'm not trying to be offensive. I just looked and was trying to honestly be respectful. I had never met this individual before. So in certain groups and settings in the social justice community when I was highly involved, 5-6 years ago, it it was just I was hit with a lot of things. I was hit with a lot of things, and I'm still trying to understand. It's like as soon as I get a grasp and a hold of knowing one aspect, then it's
Some
another
new
thing
pop
that
up.
comes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and I'm like, why are they taking the dang on symbol off the pads? Like, because certain individuals are offended. And I'm
And you
like,
know what? I don't get that shit. Like,
I don't get it.
I really don't get that because you don't need them.
Well, no, here's the thing. I believe that it's individuals who were possibly born woman
Yeah.
and now identify themselves as non-binary, non-gender conforming, trans. They don't want the symbol on there. I don't think it's somebody who was born male, but then again, I'm not sure.
That and you know
Because
what?
I knew,
You
hold on, I don't mean to cut you off, because I knew somebody who had a friend years ago that was a gay man, um, who ended up transitioning, who wore pads, and I was just like, this motherfucker said
Really?
this bitch stole my pad, took some of my
wow.
pads, and I'm like, oh, I'm not trying to be funny, but I was just like, what? I'm like, what? Okay, but here's the thing though, maybe she because it's a she now. Well,
Mm-hmm.
they are a she now. Maybe that individual had sex and maybe had a little tear and needed that pad
Uh-huh.
for that reason.
Right.
So as I've gotten older, I try to, but I didn't ask. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just assuming like maybe that's why.
Right.
Maybe that's why.
Yeah, cause some of this shit, like I remember they made the big thing about taking away like the gender labels at Target
Mm.
in the like toy department
In the restroom.
and in the restrooms and
In the
shit. Like,
restroom.
I'm gonna tell you right now, and I am definitely not here to offend anybody, and to each his own. Hey, it ain't my business. Whatever you choose to do, whatever you identify with, whatever makes you happy and gets you through to the next day, that's on you. But if I send my 14-year-old daughter into the restroom and a dude that is 6'6" in a dress walks in behind her, I have an issue.
Mm.
I'm not cool with that.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna let Jackie say what you got to say first.
Okay. I just I don't know. But my question to that is it what if that man genuinely, because dressing like a woman and sexuality has nothing to do with being perverse, which I feel like is different when we're talking about pedophiles or people
Mhm.
with pedophilic tendencies. I don't I don't know how comfortable I would be, because I don't know if I would be most comfortable explaining to my kid what was going on in that moment, because my 14-year-old, 7, 2, 5, they're not going to understand.
Mhm.
And they're going to ask questions, but if I don't have that information, then I don't know what to say.
Right.
Mhm.
I know I'm not going to be offensive. I know, and with identifying as they, he, she, her, I mean, shit, it's down to cat, dog, elephant. You know what I mean? Like, I can identify as a giraffe tomorrow,
Yeah.
but I want to be able to explain why I identify as that. We had clients come in today before I left the
Mhm.
shop,
Mm-hmm.
a gay couple. Um,
Damn, I wish I was a gay couple.
and they were men. So I work in a shop where there are predominantly I'm not worldly people.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Wink.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So they're all staring at them like we at a fucking petting zoo or some shit.
Right.
And I'm like,
Right.
y'all not about to act like you've never seen a gay couple before.
Right.
Right.
Or you've never seen two people hug each other, whether they were straight men or gay men. You've seen
Mm-hmm.
people hug. They were hugging. And it turned into like a circle jerk of them watching them and saying, "Oh my God, oh my God." But that
Oh.
those two men identify as she.
Oh.
But
Yes.
but hold on, real quick to backtrack a little bit. On
Uh-huh.
on a restroom tip, what I was saying was like not even to say that they would be on some or that is equated with being pervertic or some shit like that.
Right.
But now this is what I'm saying. If a person is trying to murder somebody in a hospital, right?
Right.
They're going to dress up like a doctor or a nurse. So
Uh-huh.
what I'm saying is, if it's made a situation where it is open like that, where anybody can go in, who's to say that the pedophile pervert won't dress
Well,
up in
it was a couple
disguise?
situations
You
that
know what I'm
did
saying?
Advantage
occur.
of that situation. I
So
got
I
you.
gotta sit there and gamble with that thought
I got you.
while
Right.
my baby is in there.
Yeah.
But
Like,
no, it was a couple
I get it.
situations where people were that were people were caught doing that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was two situations like that, and that's what I was gonna bring up is is that once it got announced, throughout the world that was a possibility, then I felt like people who are predators, whether they are male or female, that gave them an open range to do so.
Yeah.
So I feel like if it's a restroom situation where they don't have a gender specified,
Yeah.
then it should be a one stall restroom.
I
Or
agree.
Because
separate.
there are there are it could be like a family restroom type thing, but
Mhm.
because there are people who prey on folks. That's just like people who find out somebody was sexually molested. If it's a predator, then they can
They
sense
prey
that
on
and
that.
they
And
hone
that's what
hone on
that's the attraction
that.
in itself.
Yeah.
Just
But
being able to prey on someone is the attraction to all of the sexual deviants that we have walking
yeah.
around.
But it's a lot of things. Listen, let me tell y'all something. I be trying to tell folks I'm not the gay oracle. I don't know everything because
Would you stop saying gay or
First of all, I'm going to call you the gay oracle from here on.
your new name?
I just because I don't know things. You know what I mean? Like my gaydar. Let me tell y'all something. My gaydar has been broken when it comes to women since forever. So I never can tell when a woman is interested in me or is interested in other women. But 9 times out of 10, I kind of be spot on when I can tell a dude might like guys or be in the closet. I'd be like, man, I think
Really?
yes. Oh, it's a couple of these motherfuckers. I'd be like, yeah, but maybe because I was supposed to be a gay man or something.
Shut the fuck
Hold
up.
on, hold on, hold on, hold
I might have
on.
supposed to have been a gay man.
You just confused the shit out of me.
First of all,
Exactly.
no, you
So,
were not meant to be a gay man.
I
so,
wasn't, girl.
so you were supposed
No.
to be a gay man who liked men, but you're a gay woman.
A woman who likes
What?
women.
This just
No, no.
don't
Okay,
make.
so here's no. Okay, maybe let me backtrack. I probably was supposed to be. I think I was supposed to be a man, but I might have been a feminine man, and they would have thought I was gay.
Ha.
Nah.
No, yes.
So you would have been like Prince.
Yeah, like Prince.
Yeah,
It'd have been like, oh,
you get all of the women, but you
yeah,
just
and
like the ass cheeks cut out of your pants.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Exactly. Because I got a little thumper back there.
First of all, I got a little thumper.
So just gotta cut the ass cheek out. You know what I'm saying?
Let me
But
find out you turn your jeans into chaps.
hey,
Oh
I
my
got a couple
God.
chaps in that motherfucker.
But hey,
They
but
went with a slap it.
look, it's crazy though how well I was really like concerned when they was talking about doing the shit in school though, like
Well, they
elementary.
are doing it in school.
But I'm saying like
Mm-hmm.
in elementary school, I feel like how many little boys that you have just for the sake of being idiotic gonna say, I identify as a little girl just to go in that bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
Like they don't even seriously know what they identify with yet. I don't care how many stories I hear where they say, my 6-year-old son identified. Come on, we're talking about children.
But that's the sensitivity of having those conversations, and
But
that's what I
some
was
kids
saying.
know, because let me tell you, when I was 6, I knew I liked girls.
Yeah, but
How
let me
did
ask you this.
how
Did
did
you
you?
how?
Because I had a crush on one, my cousin, and I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know that. I was young. I didn't know that was wrong, but I thought she was so pretty. It was a girl in my class, my first grade and third. She was in my first grade class and my third grade class. I wanted her to be my Valentine every fucking year. I wrote the best notes to her motherfucking ass. I sure the fuck did, but I
But
had so many
is that
boyfriends.
gay? Is that
I
gay
don't know
or
if that's
kid
gay,
though?
No, I knew that I was gay. Y'all, listen, I fucking knew it was no doubt in my mind. I knew I was gay. I knew I was different. I liked girls. The only reason, and I had boyfriends like a motherfucker. Okay,
First
but
of all, you are an arrogant motherfucker.
oh,
Hey, hold on now. She gonna say. First of all,
Did you say
I
it?
had boyfriends like a
and,
motherfucker.
and the bitches.
I had boyfriends. Listen,
The
I had
bitches
the finest
and
niggas.
the niggas.
I had the finest niggas in school from elementary, middle, high school, but I didn't want them. But I knew I couldn't go up to the girl that I had the crush on. What was this girl and shit, I can't say her name because she might end up seeing this thing. But it was a girl that I had a crush on, and I went to Marquette Elementary School, and I had the biggest crush on her and wanted to be her girlfriend. And then when I got to middle school, Hamilton, my best friends was so fine. Oh my God, I wanted to be her mother. And I used to be nervous. Like I spent the night over her house a couple times and I could not fall asleep next to her for shit. I'm like, let me turn around and be at the end of this bed. But I always knew ever since I was a little kid that I was gay. I knew it. I
Like
didn't
how
understand.
young?
Okay, let me say this. I didn't understand the definition of what gay was, but I knew that I liked girls. I knew I liked girls. I knew that this little boy wanted to be my boyfriend and he wanted to be my Valentine. And I said, that's she my Valentine. I listen. It took me forever to come out the closet because I knew people wasn't gonna really fully accept it. But once I accepted myself, I didn't really give a fuck about what nobody had to say.
So how old were you? Like
When I came out,
initially? No, I'm saying initially when you said you knew that you were gay.
That's
How
it.
old?
Around
I,
6,
I
right?
probably was like 6 or 7. Yes.
6 or 7.
Hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's deep. Cause I mean, being honest in my mind, and who's to say that, I never say that, oh, just because I think it's law, but just in my mind, I've always thought like, damn, at 6 years old, you can't possibly know what you're attracted to uh in the light that it's in today. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like we said at the beginning, it's so complicated today. And it's
But
a lot of
think about
people.
this. Think about when you were little and you probably came home from elementary school like, oh, I got a girlfriend named Tamika. You
Ah,
knew you had a girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? In your class, you liked a girl. As far back as you can remember, you knew that you liked girls.
Well, yeah, I definitely knew that I like girls, but I will
Exactly.
also say that a lot of it, I mean, what's the way to put it? A lot of shit boils down to what you see too. You know what I'm saying? Because not only did I like girls and knew that I thought that girls were attractive, I also seen my father when I did see him chasing a ton of girls. I always seen my uncle with, you know what I'm saying?
I mean,
And
with
every
my mama had niggas beating down the motherfucking dog. She was a model. She had niggas beating motherfucking kid from Kid and Play was trying to holler at my mama for years. So I saw my mother with men. I saw my aunts and uncles married with, but I knew that I liked girls.
No,
I knew I liked
I'm
girls.
not this. I understand that.
Right.
But the question was when you asked me, like, did I come home and say, hey, I like such and such?
Right.
And I'm just saying, as a boy, like really, and this is a big gripe with me too, with little boys, because as a boy, it's strong. And I feel like that's why a lot of gay dudes really be super low key. Cause as a boy, when you young, shit, your mama friend to come over and be like, oh, this is my little boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
nobody looks at that wrong
No, I
because
looked at her. I looked
these
at that shit.
these are no, but I'm talking about the masses. This shit is
Mhm.
said all the time
Yeah, for sure.
and nobody
I don't
looks
know.
at that shit wrong. It's like that's okay. But if one of my grown ass homeboys came over and said, "Hey, your daughter, that's
Uh,
my little girlfriend," oh, it's gonna be a fucking
It would
issue.
be an issue,
Right.
It's gonna be a
definitely.
problem. So
Right.
I'm just saying, like, I knew for sure that, yeah, I like girls. I'm attracted to girls. But I could see how some dudes would be like, man, I was told I like
Mhm.
girls.
Yeah, for sure.
You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? So where do you get that? I don't know. I don't even know how to ask the question. I'm just trying to
I don't
figure
either.
out, where do you get that, like, this is what it is. This is deeper than the boy girl, or I like, this is who I feel like I am, and I
Mhm.
felt like it's being suppressed and have been
I
suppressed,
feel
and
like,
this what I was born as. Like, I just don't see you, a kid, comprehending that at 5.
well, yeah, when you 5 or 6, like I said, it was. I think at that point, I just felt like it was innocent because she was my cousin and she was just really pretty. But every time she came over there, I would just be so enamored with her, like, oh my god. Until I got older and realized, well, this is my cousin. I shouldn't be liking her like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But still liking girls in my class, liking seeing a girl at my church and being like, oh my gosh, she's so pretty. But like
So you
I
knew
don't.
you were attracted to girls, definitely. But my
Yes.
question is, if that bathroom situation was presented, does it go deep enough for you to say, I feel like I should be using that restroom?
Back in the day.
That's what I'm saying about the kids
Yeah,
today.
because I think,
But
let me
wouldn't
tell
that
you
be
why.
something
Because
that you would be identifying with as far as your sexuality at that point,
when
or
I was younger, I told my mother I felt like I should have been a boy.
mm,
And she said,
okay.
why would you say that? I said, because I feel different. And I think
Mm.
now in this point of time, realizing like I used to feel like I was like trapped in the wrong body, but I didn't embrace my femininity until I got to like 24. And
Hmm.
I'm like, I'm never gonna be a man. I got all these titties. I got a nice little booty. I got a nice shape. Like, okay, embracing my femininity. But I used to wear the baggy clothes to hide those things because initially I didn't feel comfortable. Like I felt like, ugh, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
Not.
do remember the day you dressed up as a woman. I'm just, hey, look, hey,
Did he say
hey,
dress
hold
up?
on.
I dressed up as a woman.
Oh. Hey,
I do remember the day you dressed up as a woman. Lord have mercy.
Dress like
I'm
one.
just looking.
I dressed up like one.
Hey,
I wasn't one
look,
though.
that shit popped up in my head. I had to throw it out
Ooh,
there. It was
wee.
just too great of a moment. I had to seize that moment.
Oh man. Oh, I
Hey,
had heads turning. I had heads turning. But it's yeah, that's so
That's
fucking hilarious.
hilarious.
now,
But yeah,
I,
I told my mom. I said, I asked her at one point. I said, and I had saw an episode of I forgot what show it was. Maybe it was like Ripley's Believe It or Not, when the guy had he had the twin trapped inside his body, that he kept
Oh
saying he
yeah.
felt like it was another person in his body, like telling him to do things. And so what do they call those twins that be? It's like
Siamese twins or some
no, it's
shit.
not a
Not
Siamese.
Siamese.
That's when they join. It's like an acidic. It's like
Like having a
yeah,
parasite.
it's like a parasite. So, but he kept telling them like, I feel something growing inside of me. It was his twin. So I asked my mama, did I have a twin brother? Because I always felt on the inside, but that was how and that's at that time, I think I was like in maybe fifth grade. And I'm like, did I have a twin brother? Like, that maybe died or something. She like, why? I say, because I feel like I'm a boy. She like, would you stop saying that? But I did. I irritate my mama to this day because I say, you got a handsome son. She be like, but now you ain't no goddamn boy.
But look though,
I
I
woman and that.
I like I feel like too, and y'all tell me if y'all feel this. I do feel like now shit is being placed just out of you remember the token black guy?
Yeah. The token
Mhm.
Asian person, the token
Yeah.
Indian person. Now it's the token gay person on every
Yeah.
show.
On
Yes.
on everything.
Every
So
show.
It's definitely more of the token gay person everywhere. Everywhere.
And
does that offend you?
yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we not
It
like
should.
you gotta dangle us and it's I just feel like if they didn't put it in every single show, then it wouldn't come across to some people who feel like, it's such a sin that it's this gay agenda because it comes
It,
across that there is a gay agenda. It could
yeah.
possibly be a gay agenda, just like people felt like it was an agenda for mixed race people because they had mixed couples on all these shows at one point. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
And
interracial. Oh,
everything
on
is
this
so
show it's an
fucking
interracial couple. On this show it's a
yeah, it's
you know,
everything is so up and down. Like people are all over the place with their emotions and how they feel about shit.
and that's just like right now after everybody went and did these protests when we got tired
Mhm.
of seeing all the
Mhm.
all the black folks. Now every show wants to touch on how Black Lives Matter.
Or how
You
we
don't
or
give a fuck
just
about it. Stop it.
when I ride to work, when I ride through a certain city to work, I see all these um, Black Lives Matter signs in the lawn, and and it's predominantly white.
Mm.
I'm just like, to who? Who do they matter to?
Yeah, it does
Not
kind of.
like we just got on the planet Earth. We've been
Now
here.
let me tell you this. In all honesty, when they first started putting, you know, gay people in the public eye on television, I was happy. I
Mhm.
was ecstatic because I'm like, yes, when
But
Ellen
it's like
first came out,
y'all live y'all normal lives though.
yeah,
That's
we
the
do, but
issue that I have. It's just like y'all today what pissed me off it and I'm just like because it feels how judgy they look at me because of my tattoos.
mm,
It is you niggas act like y'all ain't never seen a gay person before. It's like
right,
it's not like y'all act like I got SARS because y'all go to church and I got tattoos. Y'all
mm, yeah.
act like these men, you've never seen this before. What do y'all do when y'all turn y'all fucking lights off? When y'all
That,
leave here, I know y'all know a bunch of everybody.
but that
Mm-hmm.
also goes to plays on too. Like I've heard conversations with older people well, first of all, when I was younger, my friend's grandmama used to call me a dyke all the time, and I fucking hate that term to this day because it's
Yeah, and
very.
that's what I keep hearing.
And so when people started to accept it a little bit more, it was always well, two women is different. But when two men get together, ain't no going back because a woman can go back to a man, but a man is he forever tainted. It's not different. You know what I'm saying? It's just the act of that's different. But
Hey, hey, oh, listen. I'm just gonna say this
shut your ass
because
up.
no, it's funny that you just said that because do you know how my uncle broke that shit down to me when I was probably about 9, 10 years old?
Mm,
And you gonna know who I'm talking about
mm-hmm.
because he said to me, a group of hammers just look like a group of hammers together. If somebody walk up to you, they say, boom, there goes some hammers. You go look at them and be like, fuck you give me all these hammers for. But somebody walk up to you and give you a bunch of roses, you go be like, what up?
Oh my
T
god.
motherfucking money.
Okay, so I want to go back to because I don't want to offend, because I don't want to compare my tattoos. But I'm saying just me being in the place that I'm in, because they don't know what religion I study or, what my faith is. I have been judged from day one by church folk. And it is the most, it almost makes you feel dirty. You know what I'm saying?
But what's crazy
It makes,
is most of
but
the choir
I don't want
directors
to
be gay
compare
in
that.
church.
I
They
don't
be
even
acting
want
like
to compare that to being gay or straight or bisexual or whatever. I just want to say I felt so shitty. Like I'm like, why does it matter what the fuck they do?
right.
It's not your
I
business
always wondered that.
anyway.
Yeah, like why y'all so concerned about what other people doing in their bedrooms?
Yes.
One thing too is that the social media thing and reality TV has made people, because people always been nosy and feel like they're supposed to know your
As
business.
fuck.
But then with those avenues opening up and people, even me to a degree, I expose certain sides of my life that people think that they know who I am. You know what I mean? But you don't need to know every aspect of my life.
Right.
And some folks be feeling like they entitled to knowing every aspect of your life, or just trying to assume that they know every aspect of your life. But yeah, if you stop worrying about what the hell other people doing in
Not
their
worrying about what
bedroom,
people do
yeah,
in the closed doors behind their walls in their home. Like I was really pissed leaving my job today. I was so
I
fucking
would have been
pissed
too. I would have been
because
too.
it's like people pick you apart and try to figure out who you are just so they can be comfortable. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And it feels like you're a display instead of just a human being. Like that shit shouldn't fucking matter. And you know how I feel about yours and my relationship, Rona. Like I got ridiculed.
For hanging
No,
out with me.
when we started to be friends, people around me had so much
Thought we
shit to
was
say.
fucking.
Right.
They thought we was fucking.
They thought
Let
we
me
was
tell you, they think I'm
everything.
fucking all my
Everything
straight friends.
but here's,
I'm a
and I was
virgin,
just
y'all.
like, so I can't be friends with a woman who's a lesbian because y'all not comfortable with it. That don't have shit to do with me.
And what's crazy was at the time that you and I were friends, I hadn't even came out yet.
You hadn't come out.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, people just assumed, but
But it didn't matter. It didn't
right.
matter. But it was just, it made me feel like, okay, so one, why the fuck does it matter?
Right.
Two, you're not fucking me.
Right.
The people who are asking. And three, why the fuck does it matter?
Right.
If we were fucking, then what?
Right. Then
What was
it's
you
just
gonna
like,
do?
oh man, listen, I done had some
Switch me
homeboys
over to
tell
being
me.
straight if I was a lesbian? If I was a lesbian,
Soon as
I
I
would be a
came out.
full.
But soon as I came out,
But do you know how often I got asked if I was a lesbian? I've been asked that all my life.
Really?
The tattoos, it was stripper or lesbian with the tattoos.
Oh, you could be a
You
stripper
was
lesbian then. You a stripper lesbian. But look, soon as I
and there
came
it
out,
is.
listen,
Nigga,
soon as I
let me
hold
tell
on,
you.
time out, let me say something, Jackie. Damn. Soon as I came out, some of my homies, the wine is hitting her, okay? Soon as I came out, some of my homies was like,
No, I'm just angry today.
Soon as they was like, yo, man, we should get some chicks and run them. I'm like, what? It's a couple of homies that y'all know, and I know.
And
we should get some chicks and run them. I said, bro.
Like a brothel?
No. I said,
they
bro.
They want to run bustos.
Exactly. They want to run these. They want us to fuck the same females. But I felt like that was their way of trying to see me naked and hopefully able to get some of this. No, you're not. And plus, I don't want to fuck the same females that you want to fuck. I'm sorry. I just don't. We don't got the same sexual women. Sorry.
Oh my God, man.
We
I
don't.
don't
But no,
know.
look,
I
and
don't
then
know.
I'm gonna say this because you ain't go back, but I didn't have kids ask me if I was a man or a woman.
Mhm.
Are you a man or a woman? Are you a girl or a boy? And sometimes I'd be like, I'm both. And they'd be like, you both? How you both? I say, go ask your mama. I'm both. Just go ask your mama. You
But listen,
then at some point somebody be like, oh, she a girl.
You cannot say ask your mama,
Yes,
Rona.
yes, I can.
look,
No, you
Go
cannot.
ask your mama so your mama can give you that knowledge of how I can be.
How about just none of your business?
No,
Because it's not anyone's
it's
business.
not
no,
anyone's
it's
business.
not their business. Or how about shit? I mean, even take the time to educate them a little bit.
No.
Just a
Now,
tiny bit.
listen,
No.
listen. This is what I'm
You feel
saying.
like it. You feel like it's when white people ask
On
about Black history, and they be like, "Can you educate us, please?"
How do you
'Cause
guys?
we
What's so important about Martin Luther King for the black people?
But
Yeah.
no, here's the thing. I'm not even talking about perfect example. You know what made them racist white motherfuckers more madder than anything when Barack Obama was in office.
Why? Because
They
he would show
hate
his birth certificate.
no
Sorry,
no they hated that their little white kids and their white families got to see how civilized, respectful, intelligent, and
Group
all
think.
of these
Group think.
things that
Group think.
right that he were. But I'm saying that about even this topic. If
Yeah.
you're kicking it with a kid,
Yeah.
like
but
I
I'm
ain't
not
saying
kicking
you,
it with them kids.
I'm
I
saying, but
you know
that's
them
a
kids.
kid way to kick it
They've
though.
infiltrated her safe space by
Yeah,
I
walking
don't
up
even
to
know
her
them
yeah,
and
but
kids.
asking
still,
her, "What
that's
are
a
you, a boy or a
So
girl?"
I'm just out and about at the shoe store, and the kid be like, "Is you a boy or a girl?" Then I'm like, you know what? Let me educate.
no,
Here's the educational moment.
you missing
No,
what I'm saying. I'm
no,
not
I'm not,
saying
because if I don't know the
no,
child, then how I'm gonna educate? That's not me.
because
That's not my
I'm not
space.
saying that you're gonna go through the whole list that we just went through and tell them what a lipstick lesbian and a powder
No,
puff girl. I'm not saying all of that.
Except,
I'm
I'm supposed
saying
to say I'm a girl, but I look like a boy.
no.
No, I just
girl.
I'm
tell them
saying
I'm both. Ask
your
your mama.
education could be, but come on now. I'm saying
Rona.
the way you said that was putting it off as of fuck you. It's a kid. A kid don't know. That's the way a kid inquires. So even if you say, hey, well, maybe this is a conversation for your mother to have. I'm a human being, and that's why I look how I look. But I'm saying to say, go ask your mama, fuck off.
I can't.
No, I ain't saying it like that. I just be
That's how
like,
you just said.
they say,
How else would you take
how
it
you
as
a
a
boy or a
kid?
girl? I say just go ask your mama. Just go ask your mama.
First of all, Corona, you didn't just say that you would say that shit that
If you
calm, cool, and
when
collect.
you
You
say
was like, go ask your
go
mama,
ask
huh?
your mama.
Yeah, because I'm
Right.
talking to you
Come on,
motherfuckers.
little
That's so
bitch.
of course I'm gonna put
No,
it like that.
you were
But when I'm talking to a
hypothetically
kid,
talking to them.
no, no. When I'm talking to a kid, like, I'm out at the shoe store and the kid been like, I didn't have it happen at the park. I didn't have it happen. Listen, my own cousins, twins, they bad as hell, like theme 1 and 2. Them motherfuckers bad as hell. I'm sorry, Melinda. I love you. Your kid's bad. So her kids, I walk in the shop because she be doing my hair and shit. I walk in the shop and they like, is you a boy or a girl? In front of everybody. And I said, I'm both.
Yeah.
And they said,
Well,
and they said,
in that instance, I
yeah.
understand. Yeah.
But it's always in that instance. Kids they don't be just like,
You feel like you in a
excuse me,
fishbowl.
are you a boy or a girl? No, they be like, is you a boy or a girl? So I say, I'm both. Just
Because
ask your mom.
kids are ignorant until they're not.
So here's the thing too. As far as when you say educate them, I feel like that's really not my place to educate them, because some parents get offended. One, you talking to a strange, who's this strange person talking to my child? Then I'm over here giving them information. Well, I'm a lesbian, and because
And
I
then
didn't,
you're
or whatever.
and then
Again, I go back to
I got you.
I'm
I'm
not
a
telling
human
you,
being.
I'm not telling you to go deep into that. I'm gonna reflect back on the Barack shit. He didn't have to get on TV and say, hey, I'm a man that love my wife. I'm a man that that is educated. No, he simply spoke educated and showed. That's all
I
I'm
spoke
saying.
educated too. Go ask your mama.
But
Let her
listen, and
educate.
go back to your original statement. You did not say that shit like that. You basically told the kid to
You
fuck
did
off,
say like,
and the kid
bitch.
basically went
Go ask your
on
Come on
like,
now, y'all
damn.
know good and damn well that's not how the fuck
I
I
know what
said
you
it to
said.
them
I'm just
goddamn
fucking with
kids.
you, Rona.
I'm going
just
off
saying.
what I'm looking at and hearing right now.
Shut the
I'm
fuck up,
fucking with
fat
you.
father.
Fuck that. Don't try to educate me because my mama might get offended. Because you
Yeah,
sit
my
here
mama
trying
might get
to
offended.
educate
You know what I'm
me.
saying? I'm trying to say, but you feel me?
But
Hey,
I
listen.
do understand what you're saying.
And
I
then I had
understand.
I had one instance where a woman said, "Don't ask you. You don't be asking no strangers that. She a woman. Well, why she dressed like a boy?" And she's like, "She ain't dressed
And
like
then
no
what's
boy."
dressing like a boy? What's
Exactly.
dressing
So
like a
here's
boy?
the thing. I feel like that's not my place to educate a person's child because they can talk to their kid in a way, and then kids be loud, like, "Well, why you dress like a boy?" If I start like, I'm not even because here's the thing too. People be so offended in this world by gay folks. Me even having that small interaction of saying I'm both ask your mama can still be why you
think
talking
I'm
to
trying
my
to turn
child?
or you
My
think I'm trying to
question
turn
is
your kid gay?
how far is the fucking parent away though?
It depends
That
on it depended on what
Shut
we
your
was doing.
ass up fast.
the kid asks the question. Shit. You ain't walk over to the kid and say, "Hey kid,
Man,
let's engage in a
I
conversation."
didn't been
Right.
like I said, as soon as I
Well,
walked in my cousin's shop, I ain't even get to the motherfucking chair. And these are my little cousins.
That's
They
because
know
kids
me.
ain't shit though,
They
too.
know me. They
Kids
see me
ain't
at
shit,
family
Mom.
functions. The
Kids
kids,
ain't
my
shit.
cousins, they ain't. They see me at family
Damn
functions. And they
right,
go,
man.
"Is you a boy or a girl?" And like
Kids ain't shit. That's why you gotta punch them.
that's why I have to punk them and say I'm both.
That's why
So
you
they
gotta
twins.
punch their ass in the face.
So I said,
kids will hold
I
you.
asked the twins. I said, "Is you a boy or a girl?" He was like, "I'm a boy." And she a girl. I said, "You sure about that?"
Motherfucker. But I get it.
I said, "Cause y'all twins." I said, "It's just twins inside of me, so I'm both." He was like, "What?" Yeah.
I had a conversation with a young lady when I was in California one time, and white young lady, and she basically compared her being a lesbian to the black people's fight in America.
That pisses me off.
And I wasn't feeling that shit
That
at all,
pisses
though.
me off. It's just like there is no like y'all still benefiting off of every single thing that your ancestors created for you.
Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So how could you compare and even the comparison between a black woman and a black man? It's just like there's no comparison there either. Like we all have a fucking struggle, but these white folk that be like, "Hey, I get it. I'm a lesbian and I know how it is to be discriminated against." It's like, "No, bitch."
That's a totally different discrimination now. Let me
Yes.
tell people
Cause you
like,
can and like there's no way for me to turn this shit off. There's no way for me to
Every day I
hide
walk
it.
outside.
There's no
Every day
way.
you walk outside, guess what you are? A big old black nigga.
but that's how I
First
feel
of
as a
all,
lesbian.
you said big old hard as hell. But go ahead.
But no, that's how I feel as a
But you
lesbian.
know what I'm saying. You know they're not going to say that. They gonna be like, "Hey, it's a big old black nigga. He's a big guy." I got people at Mark's job. These fucking white folks on the line asking him, "What do they need to work out?" Because you're a big black guy.
Wow.
You're a really big black guy. I'm
Hey,
like,
but look, keep
word.
this. But listen, be like even my mama had said something to the effect of when I started working at this job that I was working at. And she like, well, when you walk in, people probably already feeling the way because that were thinking you could do a guy's job because you know you a lesbian, and some people be discriminating and thinking that all lesbians want to be guys, which that is true. I've walked in situations where dudes be like, "Oh, you think you a nigga?" And I'm like, "No, I don't actually think I'm a nigga," but because they see me with a more feminine woman, a lipstick lesbian, because it's so many different titles and boxes, you know, for the gay people. I don't check none of them shits. But I'm like, I don't walk in and be like, "Hey guys, I'm gay." She was like, "But some people just may look at you and assume that, even though you don't necessarily come off as that." And that's just like I tell people, you the white folks, your lesbianism is different from the plight
Yeah,
of
it
a
is.
black lesbian woman. We got so many different things that we got
It's
to go
still
through.
taboo for a black woman to be a lesbian.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. It's more
it's still
acceptable in the
frowned
white
upon.
community.
It would
Right.
never be accepted anywhere.
It's more acceptable in the white community.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, here I am, a black woman, a
Even
black
in the
lesbian
white
woman.
religion is accepted.
Yeah.
And in our religion is frowned upon.
Right.
You're a fucking pariah.
Mm.
So, but
Yeah.
yes, you got lipstick lesbians, you got powder puff lesbians, you got
Hold on.
studs.
Break that down for me though. What is a lipstick lesbian?
So a lipstick lesbian is like so as lipstick lesbian would be a feminine lesbian woman.
But all women are feminine. Okay, but
Not all
Hold
of
on, no, I'm
them.
willing to debate you on that one.
No, not all of them.
no, even if there's a woman who feels more
No,
masculine,
not all of them.
I feel like we still have a bit of femininity.
And some of them just do
Uh-uh.
not want it to be seen or shown, and they will.
Not
You got
because
to, and
even
they be
even if you
touch
don't
me
want it to be
nots.
seen or shown, you
No,
still
no. I
has
know
a bit of femininity.
just because they're born with a feminine gene does not mean that they have feminine. No, I know, and not know them personally, but have seen some that be like they straight up dudes. They walk around with strap-ons on all day.
Yeah, I
Mm.
know one that she grew balls on demand. Like
Okay, I'm about to get off of here because I ain't got time to be fucking.
First of
Good
all.
night. Good night. Night night.
But yeah, then you got the powder puff lesbian.
Night night.
That's a mixture of the straight and kind of butchy. Then you got the studs.
What is butchy?
Th- I don't know. Butchie would be kind of, I guess,
masculine.
masculine, a stud. So then you got your studs. Then you got the masculine presenting women, which that's what people say that I am because I just by appearance, but I'm feminine. And then you got your trans folks, your non-gender conforming folks, your non-binary folks. And then I don't really know all the labels for the guys. Well, they call them. They call some of them call each other fish, or they call other ones fish when they be real feminine.
So
Oh, I
why
don't
do
fuck
they
with that. Oh,
call
I don't
women
fuck
fish
with that
though?
fish, and I'd be like,
Yeah.
okay.
And then they
Yeah.
call women fish.
And they call women fish, but guys who are gay who feel like a man acts more feminine like a woman, they call them fish, and that is to
Okay.
be disrespectful. I guess I don't know, like oh I don't fuck with no
See,
fish.
and that's disrespectful. It's just like
Because if they don't like a specific woman, then they call them fish, and that's to be disrespectful.
got you.
Yeah,
Okay, now I get it.
yeah. So it's not like they don't consider every woman like oh she a woman, she a fish. No, they be like this my good girlfriend, this my friend. But if it's a woman who they don't I don't fuck with that fish, or a guy who they feel like too feminine, I don't fuck with that fish. Yeah. So yeah, it's listen, every day is something new. I'm too old for this shit. Honestly, I'm just gonna get a boyfriend and just settle down.
Nigga, shut the fuck
Whatever.
We can't never have
all
sex
the way
though.
up.
This is
We just
it's
gonna hold
really
hands to
Shut
grow
your
older.
ass all the way goddamn up.
yeah. And now moving on to another track though, it's definitely like deep and complicated, and living in today's world takes a whole lot a whole lot more understanding and willing to learn. But this is one of my problems though with the older generation, because these older people be out here, um not even about being gay or straight or none of that, but just even about how the younger people are judging the shit out of them and
Mhm.
acting like they didn't used to be thoughts and
That
Okay.
snots back
yeah.
in the day. Like
Okay.
it
But
was
that's what I
like
have a problem with.
they
That's
they would
my
take
issue.
a 14, 15-year-old girl would get pregnant and have a baby, and they would take her down to Alabama to live with Big Mama.
Add her
Like
up.
that erased everything. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, no. And then some of them, like the old dudes, had like 2 and 3 families.
Yeah.
And just because they took care of both of them or all 3 of them, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? But them same old dudes will talk shit about the young dudes now that's out here with 4 and 5 different baby mamas.
Now, are they talking shit because they know what it's like, or are they talking shit to be judgmental?
That's the
Right.
thing. Most of the time it's judgmental, because if you were talking shit about because you know what it was like, then maybe you would be educating them and trying to kick it and give them a
Right.
little bit of knowledge and
Right.
guidance. But
Right.
Hmm.
just they are disregarding them just because of these decisions that they're making. And you look back, and I've heard older women, like in the family, say something about another younger woman because she got 2 baby daddies. And it's like, yo, you know, you
You
got
got
2 baby
you got
daddies
four
too.
baby daddies, auntie.
Like, right, right. Like, what are you talking about? And you
Right.
not even sure about one of them. Like,
Mhm.
Oh
but that
shit.
shit is crazy.
Yeah, yeah. I see it often too, even with people in my age range, and I'm not that old, and they be like, I'm like, don't act like when you was younger you wasn't popping it like Meg the Stallion and Cardi B. Like, yeah, I be seeing these conversations, and I'm like, man, how
Yeah.
how how righteous art thou now? Like, geez, I
Like
used
part
to see you at Legends popping that pussy to Luke.
now, part of me do feel like though that shit stem from that shit definitely stems from back in those racist ass days too. So I get that on some of it, because when you really think back to men and women being stripped from their families and
Mhm.
shipped over here and shipped over there, and maybe a man had 2 or 3 different families, and it wasn't even looked at like, hey, this represents home, but more so this represents that I'm a man
Right.
and I need to be here taking care of this obligation. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I don't know where the shit come from, but I just know that older people be very judgmental, you know what I'm saying, and not willing to even sit back and kick it. And I brought all of that up even to touch on the gay shit, because in our community, in our ways, shit, if it ain't how we see it, we don't want to talk about it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It just is what it is. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We kind of been groomed to, if it makes us uncomfortable, sweep that shit up under the rug.
Right.
That's
Right.
why people got family members who old as hell right now who needed mental help years
Mhm.
ago.
Right.
But everybody swept it under the rug. Didn't
Yeah.
nobody want to acknowledge the conversation made everybody uncomfortable.
Hmm. And most people having them family members who they know good and damn well Uncle Robert used to touch kids, and
Yeah.
y'all still letting them come to family events. Like,
Uh,
yeah,
Or family members taking up for the
right.
person who was touching the family members,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
making the victim feel like they should forgive them, and
Mm,
not have the feelings that they have towards this
right.
predator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how much of that shit, I'm glad you said that, because how much of that shit resulted in a person saying, I'm gay?
shit, I know I got touched when I was a little bitty kid, but I don't know if it probably did have an effect on me, because I know it's totally different when I tried to be intimate with men, and I just can't
And
do
you
it. I
couldn't
mean,
do it. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, although I just love the anatomy of a woman is just so sexy, but
First of all,
but
Yo
be,
ass.
but honestly, being
Nigga, did you just
touched,
get sultry for a moment?
I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah, that was just like,
did I do that? Just edit that part out. But
nope.
We'll keep that. Okay, that.
but no, seriously, it was some things I think we touched on that on one of our previous episodes. But watching that R. Kelly series triggered a lot of memories. It made me think back to when I was younger, and remembering that my uncle's friend had touched me when I was a little girl. I probably was like 3 or 4. I had on I remember the thick white panties from back in
So,
the 70s.
you see what I'm saying?
So
And then
that could have that could have been the reason, but
I don't know if it's the reason, but I do know it could be because I know how I feel, the safeness I feel with certain people,
right.
because I was touched when I was younger too. And I can barely get a pap smear
Mm,
without feeling uncomfortable.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you just feel safe with certain people. I
Mm,
don't feel safe with certain shit
right.
because of you feel uncomfortable. So, but I
Yeah.
don't know, like
But
the
when I was younger, though, like I said, I had a cousin. Who she passed away some years ago, but it was the only gay person in my family, and I didn't, like I said, I didn't know what gay was, lesbian. I didn't
right.
know none of that. But all I know is when I looked at her, and I looked at my mama, and I looked at my cousins, my aunts, I felt like her. I felt more connected to her. You know what I'm
Her.
saying? And I didn't know why until I got older. But I just always is like
Yeah.
I act
Yeah.
I'm like Donna, and they
And
used to
then you
be
Mm.
didn't
like,
even know what kind of questions to ask at
right.
that point because you just like you're still trying to figure out who you are.
I was like, I want to go over Donna's house. And she had a son, older son, and I think he like 2 years older than my sister, and I just wanted to go hang out with Donna. And my mom like, why are you always trying? And that's who I wanted to hang. I don't know. And now I know. And even what it was crazy is my older cousin, he like 80 now. He started developing dementia like 10, 15 years ago. And he would see me out, pull up, and he'd be like, "Hey, Donna." And I'm like, I am not Donna. But I never had came out to him. But I'm like, this motherfucker knew then. Like, you know what I'm saying? Hey, Donna. I'm like, I'm not Donna Smitty.
Smitty don't know.
Smitty don't know. Now he don't know no goddamn body.
Smitty don't know his head from a hole in the
He
goddamn
so fuck don't, but I bet you that nigga know how much money he got in his pocket.
the show. Smitty
Damn.
better goddamn know.
Yeah.
Damn, that's shit. Woo. Well, I could tell you this. I was educated today.
Me too.
Mm.
Corona, you schooled the shit out of me. Not
Listen, I ain't even scratched the surface because there's still some shit that I'm learning every day. Every
hey.
day I
And
learn
then
about
yeah,
something.
I was gonna ask you how you feel, just how you feel in general about being careful as to what you say to people.
Um, that it always feels weird to me because you know no people knowing that I am a openly lesbian woman is like, I'm not trying to be offensive. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? But people will take offense, and I lost a couple people I thought was homies just because we didn't really see eye to eye on certain things. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, okay, well, they drift. You have a little debate or try to have a conversation about stuff. You dip off. I'm like, okay, I'm not trying to I'm trying to understand. Just like, you know what I mean? Like, break it down to me.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think that people feel that because you are in the LGBTQ community, I
You
don't
should
even like
already
that community
understand it.
because we are all people. You feel what I'm saying? And I feel like that alienates us within itself. And it's like this lifestyle. I ain't in no fucking lifestyle. Like this is my life. You feel me? No, they be like the gay life.
Right. Right.
Nigga, this was how I always have been.
Right.
If you ask anybody in my family how I was when I was younger, most people probably would be like, "Oh, we already kind of assumed when she was younger that she was gay," because I've never changed. I just evolved with the time. You know what I'm saying? But internally, I never changed. I was just fighting my own self. But people think that you automatically know these things. I don't know these things. I didn't know what non-binary was. I didn't know what
Still don't know.
non-gender conformer was until one of my closest friends approached me about it, and I had to.
And then
I think I had to tell Fats, like, Fats, when you
even
see,
asking that seems very like you're being offensive to that person to ask those kinds of questions.
yeah, and some people don't know, you know what I'm saying? But like I was about to say, I remember bringing up to Fats, like we was talking about, an artist in the community, and I was like, yo, and Fats was like, when the last time you seen her? And I said, when you see this person, you can't say her or she, because I don't want nobody taking your head off, being getting offended or whatever. And I found myself at a specific point of time, like going to the defense of other people, even when I wasn't sure about what this shift was with all of these titles and things and changes. And I'm like, man, I'm just
Yeah,
living.
because that shit still got me. Well, my whole thing is I don't really give a fuck if anybody get mad if my intentions are not horrible. You know what I'm saying? Like if I don't have bad intentions,
I don't want anybody to get upset.
that's what you have to judge me on. Like
Mhm.
if a person don't know, like you really can't get upset with that. The only thing you could do if you choose to is have a conversation. But this
Mhm.
is what I want the LGBTQ community to understand is that corporate America fucks up everything for everybody all of the
Everything.
time.
Everything.
Even if you compare that shit to the rap game, right? There was a time where people were shitting on hip hop and shitting on rap because corporate America, it was beneficial for them to put it out there as all of these niggas are ignorant gangsters. All
Mm-hmm.
of this shit signifies something like this. They did what was beneficial to them. Now, talking as far as that community, as the LGBTQ community, look at how corporate America is taking it and force feeding it without those explanations to other people. You know what I'm saying? Like if a man is just sitting there, a straight man sitting there with his son, and then his son just out of the blue, boom, there's a man on the TV putting on lipstick on a commercial. Now, this man, he'll never had one of these conversations we just had.
Right.
He'll never talked to nobody. Shit, a lot of them probably not even cool with a person from that community. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Right.
So I just feel like corporate America is saying, hey, this is beneficial to our market right now.
Right.
Mhm.
Let's just push these things so that we can get this money right here.
Yeah.
But we really not gonna have any conversations with the
Yeah.
community. We really not gonna, you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, we'll put these bathrooms in the school. We'll say that, hey, whatever you identify with, but we not gonna call no town halls with the families and the children and have these conversations.
And ask them if they're comfortable or not, or even the kids who identify as whatever they're changing over to. Do you ask them if they're even comfortable?
Right.
Yeah.
or if they're put on display, so to speak. That's what
Right.
I just
That's what I feel like.
I don't
We
like
trying to
that
put
shit.
on display. I
I don't
don't
like
know.
that shit.
It's just it makes me feel a way. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie about it because you know you got to defend the people. You know what I mean? Like I've had great debates with some really close friends about the shit. I've had the school DJ Los, Super MC. I had you know what I mean? People who I'm really close to who have said some things that I took offense to online about gay people, and I'm like, well, if you feel this way about gay people, then how do you really feel about me? And so people be like, well, you different, you my sister, and I'm like, but think about how that makes me feel. You feel what I'm saying? Think about how that makes me feel. It's a person who never seen me before who has this same disdain for gay people who might just try to physically attack me, but because I'm your sister and your mind and your eyes, and I had to say something. So I'm like, well, what if one of y'all kids came out? How would you feel?
Yeah, but and that's the thing too. When you're attacking or you feel offended by a gay or lesbian woman for what? Or
Right.
the entire community.
Right. So
Like,
you know, I had to break it down. I'm like, listen,
they're not, as long as they're not infringing on you, what the fuck do you?
Yeah, I'm like, how would you feel if your child came out? Well, I would, you know, I wouldn't be happy about it. Da, da, da. So what's the difference between your blood child and somebody that you've known for over 20 years that you look at as your sister? You mean to tell me you
or
ain't
brother
or brother
yeah.
you gonna accept one of us over your blood? That's crazy to me. I don't get it. So that makes me look at a person sideways. I had to unfollow one of my cousins online for talking about beating up a gay person. I beat the shit out of a dyke and I'm like, it's still a woman. That's a woman. But I walk. Listen, one time I walked in the store with my friends, and these are feminine, straight women. I walk in the store with my friends. So we all get drinks. They grab their drinks. They go to the front. I'm still picking out my stuff. So I grab my stuff. I go to the front. By the time I go to the front, it's a group of guys there. There's like 3 or 4 guys. And they standing there and they talking to my homegirls. So I just go up there and put my stuff up there with theirs. So the dude looks at me and he says, oh, this y'all bodyguard? What this y'all security? I said, oh, you trying to be funny? He said, I mean, shit, you look like security. I said, oh, okay. So I'm like, excuse me, I want to pay for my stuff. He said, oh, you ain't gonna do shit. Bitch, I'll beat your ass. I said, wow. So then my homegirl said something. She was like, what? I mean, for what? Like, so she said something a little
Like, what are you offended by?
Exactly. So he like, I mean, y'all must be famous. Y'all got security. Y'all, da, da, da. I bet you ain't gonna do shit. Still talking shit. So my one homegirl said something to him. Then he cracks a joke to her. He like, I'm just playing with your crazy little butt. He say, but this motherfucker ain't gonna do shit. I beat this bitch ass. And I'm just standing there like, why the fuck are you so offended by my presence?
Why do you want to beat my ass? Because I'm a lesbian.
And that's not the first time that's happened. It's happened multiple times.
That's just a weak ass nigga.
Because I'm with the women that you want to talk. You want to talk to. That is the fucking smallest dick energy I've ever heard of in my life.
That's a weak
like I said, that's not the first time. I mean, I remember one time coming out of St. Andrews.
Drunken ball energy.
My cousins, my sisters.
What?
Shrunken balls.
Shrunken balls energy.
Yes.
Wow.
Little bitch. He's a little.
I've seen guys. I've seen a dude a little smaller than Fat Father fight a lesbian woman that was so fucking small. She was probably, let me think of somebody in the community that we know. Probably Fire size.
Fire is tiny.
I'm talking about this motherfucker punched the fuck out of this girl.
Oh my God.
Like she was a man. I got my wrist broke years ago by a dude, and every time he punched me, he say, "Since you think you a nigga, I'ma beat your ass like one." And I'm thinking to myself, like, what the first of all, I didn't even understand where the fuck the shit was coming from, but I'm like, wow.
This is what if y'all could have sat in where I was today, I think you both would have been offended.
Yeah, I mean,
I
I
was
was
offended.
listening to it, but
I was extremely offended.
So I mean, you just think about
that shit, the fighting shit, the
yeah,
wanting to hit on a woman because you feel less masculine than she does.
But that shit has gone two ways though. I've been challenged by a lesbian woman to fight. Yes. Come on, being up at my establishment and having events and different shit like that. We've had events where like there was like lesbian weddings and shit like that. And they would get drunk and start beefing and have to get put out and tell me flat out, "I'll whoop your ass, nigga." Like I've been challenged. Like I'm more of a nigga than you will ever be. So like it has gone the other way too.
Yeah, I've seen that happen too. Verbal confrontations, and you know what I'm saying. But I feel like a motherfucker can say anything they want to, but you put this dude, man, he whipped this girl. I'm like, why? I'm like, bro, like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I ain't about to sit there and like. Now I'm gonna tell you like this: if I'm standing there doing whatever I'm doing and those same words exchange, and she blew my shit out, I'm gonna blow her shit out. I'm not. No, listen to me. No, I'm keeping it 100. I'm gonna blow her shit back out. That's all reflex. But as far as blowing her shit out, she's down, continuously beating her, stomping her out. I'm not here for that. But I'm gonna get you the hell up off of me. Ain't nobody go fire on me. I don't give a fuck what you are.
Ain't nobody gonna fire me.
Ain't nobody gonna fire
me.
No, hell no.
I was just feeling like that in this house because these niggas in here I live with. I punched him in the face.
Ain't nobody gonna fire you.
Ain't nobody gonna fire me,
hey,
my nigga.
We need to put that shit on a t-shirt.
Ain't nobody gonna fire me.
Nobody gonna fire me.
How do you spell fire?
We go spell it how it sounds.
Fire. F-I-Y. Fire. Ain't nobody gonna
all white.
More lit.
Fire.
Ain't nobody gonna fire on me.
Lit.
Yeah.
Hey man, but this has been a great topic. Hopefully nobody takes offense to it. You know what I'm saying?
I pray not.
I'm still trying to understand, everything. And I just want to say,
hopefully my coworkers who see this understand that they need to stop fucking judging people.
Yeah.
By their appearances, their skin, what they have on, all this bullshit. Because I hear a whole lot of fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
We got to get you up out of that shop, girl.
And niggas be on that same, like, if y'all only knew, you don't understand how coarse my lips are from biting my tongue and my lip. I'm not saying shit.
That's insane. We got to get you up out of there.
I mean, like, nigga,
I want to end.
You just told me you weren't worldly, and nigga, you got 2 baby daddies.
Well, I want to say this before we end. That I want people to stop being so offended when gay people walk in the room or are around. We ain't nigga, gay nigga. Ain't nobody trying to. Ain't no such thing as turn the motherfucker out. You got to have these thoughts and tendencies in your mind.
It's been there though.
And also, we got standards. We don't want every fucking body just because we gay.
Do you know how many people I say that? First of all, my nigga, why the fuck you think you that fine? You gotta be a beautiful motherfucker, and I mean absolutely stunning
to get you. Yeah, because I said
Not me,
back in the day.
nigga.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm saying you have to be a bit. Fuck you, Rona. Fuck it. I'm done.
hey, listen.
I'm just talking shit.
We
that don't bother me, Rona.
I use all my good material on my friends. And then when I get
that shit don't bother me.
And then I get around a female I like, it can't say a fucking
nigga
word.
You turn into Shy McShisty.
Hey,
you don't say shit. Stop it.
I just let my aura do the talking.
Well, that's the beautiful thing about Two Queens and a Fat Guy podcast, because we put all this shit on the table. So y'all ain't never got to worry about getting no watered down bullshit here. This shit is all real. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Hey, shit. Some shit we might not like that each other say, but fuck it. We grown and we go talk about it. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that with y'all too.
We appreciate everybody for listening. And if you have any suggestions, any music you would like us to hear, because at some point we go let you know if that shit whack or dope. You know what I'm saying? You can hit us up at Two Queens and a Fat Guy podcast
on if it's whack
at Gmail.
I won't.
And also you can follow us on Instagram at Two Queens and a Fat Guy, and Facebook, Two Queens and a Fat Guy podcast, and
subscribe on YouTube, please. And thank you.
Oh yeah, please subscribe on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? If you want to watch. And hey, evidently you're listening. Hopefully. But y'all got any last words?
Do I ever? I don't think so.
Nope. Look at Corona. Corona like, shit, nigga, I done said everything on this. This episode was me. This was my episode.
Brought to you by me.
Hey, well, hey, we'll see y'all next time. Out.
I'm gonna be telling the truth. I ain't lying, homie.